Guys, welcome back. It is Racer X, and I am actually with my good buddies here at the Hurst Autoplex in Hurst, Texas, on the north side of Fort Worth. Yet again, they have so many cool cars here, and today I've got a couple of really cool cars to show you. I'm actually really excited about this review. It's what I've been wanting to do for quite some time, and we're going to do it today. So also, guys, if you are new to my channel, make sure you slap the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Also, follow me on Instagram at excessive_Hellcat, and we are off. We got the 1,000 horsepower Hellcat. Well, actually, you can see my car over there. My good buddy Rob is with me today. Got his son Bob, and there's Rob. And we're up here just kind of hanging out. But check out this bad boy. They've got a lot of really nice cars up here. Of course, you got the Gallardo. You got a Huracan down on the far side. I do want to kind of show you this bad boy. This is Acura NSX #1 of this model year. They got it here on consignment, but I mean, super clean car. I'm actually a huge fan of the Acura NSX. This is the original NSX, and they've got a lot of other really cool stuff here as well. You can see they've got the black Shelby. There's all sorts of stuff. It's super windy out here today, guys. So if you like Huracans, boom, there you go. Actually makes for kind of an interesting comparison with the C8. They've got a couple of those sitting up here, and as we jump into the to the showroom here, they've got a lot of nice stuff in here too. I love this dealership, guys. You can see we've got Hellcats in here. They've got a couple of Hellcats. They've got another Shelby in red with the track pack on it. And of course, a ZL1 1LE, which I absolutely love. This is a very fun car to drive. You guys have seen this on my channel before as well. So behind me, I actually have the two cars that I really wanted to show you and compare. As you can see right here, I do have the 2020 Shelby Mustang, and of course, right here, that is a 2020 Dodge Challenger Hellcat Redeye. And the comparison between these two things is they're very different cars, but it actually makes for a great comparison when you look at the kind of the weight, the horsepower numbers, the torque, all of that stuff. So let's jump into that. Well, first of all, we're talking about two vehicles that, like I mentioned, they're very different. Of course, this one is gold. That is not a factory color. Just in case you were curious, you can see that this vehicle was actually originally white. So, but this is a Dodge Challenger Hellcat Redeye, and I'll show you the Redeye, which just so you have it there. Boom, there you go. So you're talking 797 horsepower on this beast and 707 pound-feet of torque. As we jump over to the Shelby Mustang, what a beautiful engine in this vehicle. 5.2 liter supercharged engine producing 760 horsepower, 625 pound-feet of torque on this beast. And it's like a work of art under here. So you can see while they're both supercharged, they do look quite a bit different. Just kind of taking a look at the top of the engine. As we know, this this blower is actually larger than the regular Hellcat blower. This is a 2.7 liter supercharger versus the 2.4 that comes on the standard Hellcat. I want to make a couple of distinctions when it comes to this engine. They call this thing the Predator. It's actually the same displacement as the engine in the 350. Of course, this is a cross-plane crank engine versus a flat plane crank engine like in the Voodoo, which you'll find in the 350. Of course, this one is built for boost. So you've got forged internals on this thing, a very nicely put together engine. And as we jump over to the Hellcat here, you do have a little bit different setup. You're looking at a pushrod engine. This one, of course, is made for boost as well. It does have a pretty solid engine, very stout, but both of these cars are really engineered for big horsepower. And of course, the most important feature of this particular car is the hood strut. Yes, you now get a hood strut in the Shelby GT500, whereas before, whether it's the 350 or the Coyote, yep, that didn't happen. So the biggest feature of this car is, of course, that. So let's talk a little bit about the interior of the new GT500. As you can see, you do get the suede wrap steering wheel, which is really sharp, flat bottom here. You do get the Recaro racing seats, of course, with the Cobra emblem on the back. These are really sharp, and these things really do hug you. And of course, you do have your drive mode selector here right in the center. I will mention this is a dual clutch in this vehicle, so we'll talk a little bit more about that later, but very cool. As you can see, this is actually very familiar looking. If you know Mustangs, you can see those paddles there on the bottom. And of course, you got your center infotainment screen. You've got your gauges here, a nice place to sit. And one of the coolest things, of course, you get your little dash plaque here with your individual chassis number on it. So a really nice place to sit. Now, when you talk about the back seat, as with all Mustangs, it's pretty small, but it is back there and it's somewhat functional. Now, the trunk space on this vehicle is actually pretty adequate. I mean, of course, you've got your box there. Comes obviously the new owner would get that, and then of course they've got a couple of boxes in here already. But I will say that the trunk space in here is actually fairly adequate for a car with this kind of horsepower. You can see the tailpipes on this beast. Man, the tips on this thing are pretty big for a stock car. So very sharp. Now we'll take a real quick look at the interior of the Challenger Hellcat Redeye. Now, for many of you that follow my channel, you know, obviously I have a lot of Mopar content, and this may be familiar territory to you. But once again, you're looking at a suede wrap steering wheel, flat bottom, just like in the Shelby. You've got your center drive mode selector there. Of course, you've got your center infotainment screen here. And as with all the Challengers, it is very driver-centric, meaning that the dash actually wraps towards the driver, which is actually different than it is in the Shelby. So the sitting position in this is very different. Once again, you have some very nice gauges in here. They're kind of red in hue, and we'll turn those on and actually get a look at those. But the back seat in this one actually looks a little bit different. So you've got your SRT Hellcat seats here. These seats are a different feeling seat. Of course, you've got your leather with kind of your interior here that's got more of the suede feel to it. But I will say that these seats are definitely bigger. It's a very plush, comfortable seat in this car. So it doesn't hug you quite as much as the Shelby does. When we look at the back seats here, these back seats are actually a little bit bigger than they are in the Shelby, and they're actually pretty comfortable as well. But this is actually a bigger car, so something to think about there. I do want to just mention really quick that these wheels are actually the stock wide body Redeye wheels. Of course, these have been painted gold, so a different look for sure. If you're not a fan of gold, this probably would not be the car for you. Of course, the wrap will come off. But with the wide body, you do get a pretty wide tire. You get a 305 width tire on all four corners. I do want to just mention that. Now, the trunk on the Redeye is within all Challengers. I mean, it's a pretty decent sized trunk. It's probably equivalent to what you would get in the Mustang. You've got certainly enough room in here to put anything that you would need for at least a little road trip. And it's definitely a usable space. So it is definitely comparable to the Mustang. I want to take just a second and show you what the sitting position is like in the Challenger Hellcat Redeye. And of course, as I mentioned, it is driver-centric. Over here, there's actually quite a bit of room in this car for a car that makes basically 800 horsepower. I'm actually going to go ahead and start this thing up for you really quick, so you can see what this looks like. Very cool. You can see the Hellcat Redeye there. You can see the really good look at the gauges, and the center infotainment screen here is also very nice. Now I am aboard the Challenger Hellcat Redeye, and a very familiar place for me to sit. As we know, I not only own a Challenger Scat Pack, but also a Charger Hellcat, so the seats are basically identical to what I'm used to. I will say though, I mean, this car just has such a nice ride to it. I mean, as you cruise around, just kind of hanging out essentially, you would never really know that this car makes the power that it does. It doesn't really feel overly aggressive. Visibility is actually pretty decent in this car, and you know, you get your drive mode selector here, so you can select really anything from your valet to your 500 horsepower mode all the way up to full tilt 797 horsepower. And then of course you can select your street, you can select your sport or track. So a lot of neat things. And of course, this particular car, you've got some really handy track features in as well. A couple other key points to make about the Redeye version when comparing it to the normal Hellcat. Obviously, I did mention this has a bigger blower, but this thing also has more stout internals. Actually, basically the same engine that you're going to get in the Challenger Demon, which, as we know, when it came out, was the fastest quarter-mile production car in the world. So if you are someone who likes to mod their vehicle, the Redeye is actually really great because it will put up with more boost. It's just a very robust engine in this car, and because it does have a bigger blower, when you go to step on it, you definitely feel it. This thing really is a nice driving car. It's got a great sound system, but really the big thing about this car is, even with the 305s on the back, when you go to hammer down, listen to that. Wow. I always love the sound of a Hellcat and just listening to that blower under the hood. The Hellcat has one of the louder superchargers on the market in terms of a factory car. So you really get used to hearing that blower under there, and it's pretty addictive. The Challenger Hellcat Redeye is one of those cars that just, it doesn't apologize for what it is. I mean, it's a 4,500 pound muscle car, very much like in your face, tire shredding power. But when you're taking corners and stuff in it, it feels capable, but it doesn't necessarily feel nimble, I would say. But at the end of the day, it's one of those cars that just puts a huge smile on your face when you drive it. It's hard not to smile when you're driving this and you're listening to that supercharger. And you know, at any point, you could just take those 305 width tires and just shred them all day long. It is just a very fun car to own and drive. I will say that the gold is not really my style, but I guess for somebody out there, it not only was, but for somebody else, it probably is. But the one thing about this car that is my style is the power. Here we have the interior of the Shelby GT500. As you can see, it does have that signature Cobra here. This is more of a neutral driving experience versus the Challenger. As you can see, it is still a really nice place to sit. Fit and finish in this car is quite solid. The Recaro seats, drive mode selector. Of course, you've got your paddles here for your different exhaust modes. Matter of fact, let me show you, I'm going to start the car for you and let you hear the different exhaust modes and show you the different drive modes. I will say on startup, this thing actually is louder than the Hellcat is, which is kind of surprising, but it is what it is. The exhaust on this thing actually sounds great. And as you can see, we can actually go down here, we can flip the exhaust mode. So that's what I'm going to use, and I'll show you right up here. But we can actually change this from normal. We can go to sport. And then, of course, we can actually go, oops, I got to hit OK because it wants me to verify that I'm not going to wake the neighbors. And there's track. So when you're in track and you're really getting on it, this car actually sounds really loud. And, of course, if you go over to your drive modes, which is right next to it here, let me show you what happens when you actually go to the different drive modes. There's normal. There is my mode, which is pretty darn cool because you can set it up custom. And then, of course, you can jump up here to sport, and then things change a little bit, as you can see there. And then once again, if you go up to track mode, you do get a different look altogether as well. So look at what happens when you enter track. There you go. You've got a nice rev counter there and a completely different look still. So a lot of neat technology packed into the Shelby. Now I'm actually aboard the Shelby GT500, and what a different feel to this car. I've driven the the 2013 and the 2014 Shelby many times. Of course, that is a manual car, and as we know, this thing with the dual clutch, it really shifts crisp and fast. You've got all your drive mode selections, as I did show you earlier, and it's just a different feeling car, so much different than the Hellcat. When you go to turn in this car, it doesn't feel a whole lot different. It definitely feels ready. It feels maybe slightly lighter on its feet than the Redeye, but it also, you can definitely feel very, very comfortable when you're driving this car around, because even though the seats hug you really snug, I got to admit that the ride is actually pretty good. Now, if you are a bigger guy, you're bigger in stature, I will mention that the Recaro seats are, they are pretty snug in terms of just the way they hold on to you. Completely different feel than in the Hellcat. The Hellcat seats are big and plush. These seats really kind of bolster around you, which I actually like. I like an aggressive feeling seat because it's still got a little bit of give to it. It's still kind of soft, but it's definitely a different feel. And if you're above, say, 6'2" or 6'3", I could see how this car would feel fairly tight, whereas in the Hellcat, as we know, the Hellcats are pretty roomy, so definitely a difference there. I will say that when you go to take off in this car, it is, wow. It gets moving though. It definitely does not disappoint. You can definitely feel the car fighting for traction, and it is a struggle. So when you drive this thing, I have to say the feeling on acceleration is a little bit different. Yes, it will still shred the tires. You don't feel that immediate just bam, that immediate torque like you do in the Hellcat. This one has kind of more of a building type feel. The power is a little bit more linear in this car, but you can definitely feel it does not feel light on power. It just feels different in terms of the way that the power builds. I will say the exhaust on this thing, it really crackles and pops a lot on like deceleration, much more noticeable than in the Hellcat. But the blower just sounds so different in this car. It makes more of like a hissing sound, whereas in the Hellcat it's more of a whining sound. It's just completely two different sounds. It's just crazy. Listen to this engine. It sounds so good. It is really, really nice. This car is fun to drive. What a fun car to drive, the Shelby GT500. And it's different than the Hellcat, but it really puts a smile on your face in the same way, but it's just a different driving experience. So I'm actually a huge fan of both cars, but for different reasons. I really did enjoy this review. Both of these cars are very fast. They put a huge smile on your face. I've got to give a huge shout out to my buddies here at the Hurst Autoplex. As always, they let me come and review these amazing cars. Both of these two cars are on sale here, so you can give these guys a call. You can find their information down in the description below. And that is about it for this one. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will catch you on the next one. So until then, Racer X.